Alright, welcome back to Fast Gadgets. Well, continuing my testing of Fedora 24, I wanted to show you a bug that I got on the latest install of, or rather the latest update of Fedora 24, which was, I did yesterday, July 7th. It was about a 250 megabyte update, and this is KDE Plasma, so if I wiggle the mouse, the screen will stay up, but the minute the mouse stops moving, I get this peculiar flashing screen. The problem does go away the minute I reboot the system, so it's not permanent, and it does seem to be minor, but if I had to work like this and it was frequent, it would definitely be a deal breaker. So this is an example of what I was saying, you know, when you have bugs that are inherent in any newer system, and it's always good to have a backup. So I've got my backup right here. I'll just move aside my carefully rebooting machine, and here on my backup system I'm actually running Fedora 23, so not having that problem. Both are Yoga systems. The one on the left, of course, is my i7. The one on the right is my i3. So it always pays to keep one of your systems not running the most current. Not that this is really that big of an issue, because a simple reboot will take care of it, which I think I'm going to do right now. Basically all I have to do is keep the mouse moving, but if I do a restart, and there it's blinking, I'll tell it reboot, and once it does the reboot, basically I'll be back to normal, and I really haven't noticed too much of issues except for this one. This was the worst one by far. So just a quick update. Everything's going well, of course. Otherwise, I've just installed Steam on this system, and I've been playing a game in Steam, and I'm going to do the same on this one in Fedora 24, just to get an idea of how well both of them work. Alright, just a quick update on the Fedora bug that I'm experiencing. I've done updates several times, and I was just alerted that there's another update, and this is probably the fourth time since the problem surfaced that I've had updates, and it doesn't seem to help, even though I've ran the updates. And the other thing that I did do, so I've got 50 megabytes of updates. Let's see, anything that I would consider relevant to the problem? Not really. I'll go ahead and do the update anyway, and of course I've tried to reboot after the update, and I also got a kernel update recently, but nothing seems to fix the problem. However, I have found some interesting issues. Number one, it happens no matter what desktop environment I'm on. So I could be on GNOME, I could be on KDE, it doesn't seem to matter. So that tells me it's a problem with Xorg itself, which is the server that delivers the desktop environment, if you will, that makes it possible for us to see it. The other thing is, when the problem occurs, if I go into settings, and I won't actually do this, but if I go into settings and I change the resolution, and then actually the minute I change the resolution, the problem goes away, and then I change it back and I'm fine for a random variable amount of time. So it could be 2 days, it could be 10 minutes. I've also looked at the possibility of changing some of these settings, which I've actually done. I've tried OpenGL 3.1. Haven't changed the OpenGL render interface yet. VSync settings I experimented with, that didn't seem to help. I also tried refresh. I changed it from 59 megahertz, which is normal for this, to I think it lets me do 48, and that was in GNOME. So none of that seems to help. The other thing I did, so if I clear the screen here, I uninstalled any desktops that I do not need, that I don't normally use. So to do that, I did DNF remove and then @ which indicates that I'm going to remove a whole group of packages, and I did XFCE, and I removed XFCE, and then I did Cinnamon and removed that desktop environment, because I remember that the problem began occurring about the same time as I installed these two desktop environments. One thing that was interesting was that XFCE, the screensaver, kept coming up. So it didn't seem to matter what desktop environment I was in. Now that hasn't happened since I've removed XFCE, so I was kind of hoping that would help, but it still hasn't. So I will keep you posted. Just thought you might find it interesting. It's not a bug that is debilitating where I cannot do my work. It's more of a nuisance bug, but yeah, you know, it could happen at a bad time, like right now while I'm doing a screen capture. So there you have it. Take it for what you will. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again.